Taylor Swift's been out for a long time.
1989, full album. Boom. Crushed it.
Did that just come out?
No,
You
but
don't
it's
even
so
know.
good.
Team Orange!
What up?
What's
We
up?
How
are
are you?
chilling.
Introduce yourselves and what Team Orange represents.
Well, I'm
Wanna go
Brodie
first?
Smith,
And my name's Kurt Gibson.
and we are Team Orange, which is half the color scheme of the Florida Gators, which
What
will
a-
win the national championship this year
Dark horse.
in football and in basketball and every other sport.
That's a stretch, but we like to be positive.
Did you have to go out and buy a ton of new wardrobe, or
Yes.
was this all already there
Also,
because you're
spoiler
fans?
alert, it's actually really hard to buy orange once Halloween is over.
Yeah.
So that was tricky.
Actually,
But-
I think in general it's just hard to find orange, but luckily our school colors are
Yeah,
orange and
so we-
blue.
we got
so
some
we have a
Florida
lot
gear.
of Gator gear
Oh.
that was allowed. I mean,
Yes.
it's our logo, we couldn't use that, but
Okay, so with your backgrounds, what do you think your advantage over the other teams is going to be?
well, I think we've played sports all of our lives.
Yep.
We're athletic and we just love to compete. So I think just from our competitive nature and all the sports that we played, I think kind of our intuition and all of that will help us kind of get out in front and not be afraid to hold that lead.
Very cool, very cool. So if there's a frisbee challenge,
Oh, I told him, I was like, well, one of our strategies is not to go for the fast forward ever. Just because I think it's one of those things where it's high risk, it's a high risk, but it's also high reward. And if you
Yeah.
get it, it's great. But if you don't get it, you pretty much get eliminated. But I was like, only exception is if they're like, okay, take a frisbee and throw it into a basketball hoop. I'd be like, let's go. We're doing that.
I feel like with
Yeah.
all the talent this season, it's gonna be a totally new show, basically.
I feel like there's gonna be a lot of these people that are good at things that we would have no idea about, and
Like
we're
what?
like,
I think honestly, from being someone that has done the social media thing and kind of built it from zero to nothing, you have to jump through a lot of hoops. You have to figure out a lot of stuff on your own. You don't really have a lot of people telling you, oh, this is what you should do. It's a lot of trial and error. And so I
Yep.
think having a whole cast where people have done this, I think it's going to be a really, really interesting thing, because you're not going to have anyone that gets in a situation that is either super nervous having a bunch of people watching them, because they do that every day,
Yep.
and also like they're good on their feet. That's what you have to be with social media. Some trend happens, all of a sudden you got to jump on it and start figuring out, okay, what can we do to, flip this to make it work for us. So I think it's going to be a really, really tough season.
What is your biggest fear?
Losing.
yeah, losing on the
Probably,
first
yeah.
leg. Losing on the first leg.
Or
for
just
sure.
losing in general, honestly. But I mean, yeah, we're not really going in with we're trying to go in as positive as possible. So we're not even thinking about, okay, well, what if this happened to us, or what if this happened to us? Because watching the race, anything is possible.
What's a location you absolutely do not want to go to because you don't think you'll do well there?
Cold.
Brodie's very sensitive to the cold. I'm not a huge fan of it,
Yeah.
but I don't know if there's a place necessarily,
you
but I think if
Florida
everything was
boys.
cold,
Yeah.
that would probably be the biggest,
I had to buy
Distraction for us.
so much cold stuff because I just don't own any cold stuff, and I was like, I'm not.
We should have
being
asked
cold.
Patagonia to
So
sponsor
maybe like
at least
Moscow?
me before, because I just bought so much Patagonia stuff, knowing that
I'd
we're
say
probably gonna be very
Moscow.
cold.
It's gonna be freezing.
All right, so what is the soundtrack of your team?
Taylor Swift.
Which
No,
song?
no, it's
Every
not.
single one.
MKTO classic, dude.
Okay, first
the new
off,
song right now?
this song has come out years. Can you tell him this song has been out for a long, long time?
What does it matter? You didn't even say a specific Taylor Swift song. Taylor Swift's been out for a long time.
1989, full album. Boom. Crushed it.
Did that just come out?
No,
You
but
don't
it's
even
so
know.
good.
So
Seems like you
just
guys
are
need to get on
arguing
the
against
same
each
page.
other.
One Direction or NSYNC.
Bye bye bye. NSYNC. For
NSYNC,
sure.
bye, bye, bye.
100%.
No, you
'Cause-
want to say hello, hello,
No,
hello.
because
You
we're
don't wanna
saying
go
bye, bye, bye to every single other team.
That's
Got
Like,
it.
see
how you look at it.
Bye, bye.
It's all perspective.
You see
It's
what
all
I'm saying?
perspective.
Like, we're on the mat and we're just like, bye, bye. Like, we'll see you later.
And for more amazing race craziness and action, click to the left to see the entire cast play Truth or Dance. It gets wild. Or click to the right to see me and Aaron break down all the weird shiz we brought with us in our bags for the race. It's crazy.